Hi everybody, Sophie here from Imogen's Imagination. Today we're going to talk about one of my favourite things, berets. Now, I make no secret that I love berets. When I started to include them in my autumn-winter collections, it was just a joyous thing. I've been making berets with bows and other decoration as well. As you can see, we've got some with embroidered flowers on behind me as well. But most of my berets feature bows. It's probably, I think we can safely say, signature look. However, I always get a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't know how to wear a beret, they don't fit me, I don't look good in a beret. And so this video is for you guys. It's also a lot of fun for me because I get to just play with a beret, which I'm not gonna complain about. So I'm going to start at the beginning, and I'm going to show you one of my berets. It is a favourite. It's very, very, very on brand. It's probably about 3 years old. So the first thing you're going to notice is it's quite baggy. That, ladies and gentlemen, is because it's been very, very well worn over the last 3 years. I do generally steal, liberate, borrow. No, I can't borrow them because I keep them permanently. Liberate, let's go with liberate. A couple of designs from every collection, just for me, because I can. And it's a great way for me to show people what they look like on. So, as I say, it's quite well stretched. Now, this is quite a big difference from how the beret comes when it's straight out of the stock box. So that's my head that's done that. That's me wearing it lots. So if you see a beret in the shop, or you're trying one on at one of the stores that I'm doing, if you tell me, oh, my head's really big, it won't fit in a beret, the first thing I will do for you, because I appreciate you might not feel comfortable doing it, is I'm going to get the beret and I'm going to do this. Can you hear it? And that is just loosening up the fibres that have been felted together. Now that's not permanent. It only becomes semi-permanent when you've done it a lot. But you can see we've got a bit more give in there. We can see where it's just got a lot more ease into it. So if you wanted to try a beret on for the first time, do that first. It will help you get it on more easily. And you're not going to damage it permanently. No one's going to tell you off. And if they do, you can refer them to me. The other trick that you can do is this lip on the inside. Let's flip it out, and that will instantly make the beret bigger. Can you see? And because you're working with a double set of tension versus a single set of tension, you can almost see that actually on the camera, how much extra it's giving. So step one, little bit of pre-sizing. Now the berets that I use, they are a ladies one size, so they generally fit 21 to 22 inches. Now that measurement is based on measuring around your head, around this way, rather than this way, which is the way that I wear my beret. So obviously mine now fits a much larger head size. So that is beginnings. The next step is not to put your beret on. Now, one thing to consider, I'm going to say that this is rule number 1. Rule number 2 is that there are no other rules. It's all about you, how you want to wear your beret, what you're wearing it for, and the way the rest of you is, for want of a better turn of phrase. So I've got my hair up in my trademark updo for summer. This won't work. I'm going to put my beret on, and you see I've just got a big lump at the back. That's not very pretty, so we won't do that. I'm going to take my hair down. Now, usually, as I say, this is my summer updo, and in winter, generally wear it down, or well, no, not down ever, to be honest. Low slung ponytail. Which side are we going? Going that side. So you can wear a beret with a loose, low slung bun, but a donut, so we're not going to do that. But if you imagine there, so I'm going to put my pony on, and I'm going to show you how the way that the dolly heads and all my models wear the berets on the website photos, and how that looks on me. It is my preferred way of wearing my beret, but that's mainly because of my own hairstyle and what I wear my beret for. So you can see it's sitting nicely behind my quiff with my... Yeah, I need to say this, I haven't been to the hairdressers. My last hair appointment was the week of lockdown, and I've got an appointment. I was saving it for the end of this month because I was supposed to go to a wedding. Sadly, no wedding. Sadly, no hair appointment yet. So we have my naturally occurring ash highlights, which are being treated to at the moment. Anyway, I digress. So it sits behind my quiff. If you had a fringe, you might sit it behind your fringe, because if you sit it right on top of the fringe, it will squish your hair down. So yeah, behind my quiff, around my ears, because I generally wear my beret outside to keep warm. I want my ears to stay warm. That's the whole point. Like, it looks cute, it's really cozy, but I'm wearing it because I want to stay warm. So, and as you can see, ponytail just comes around the side. Now, I always wear the bow to the right hand side. Why do I do that? Habit, I think, more than anything, because generally I wear hats to the right hand side of my head because that seems to work better with my quiff. So you may choose to wear it the other side, and just for the sake of making sure we've done that, I'm going to do that now. So again, sitting behind, and that's why I do it. Can you see? So I'm squashing my quiff down here. So it just works better on the other side, and you can see more of the bow if I wear it to the other side. Sorry, I keep looking down because I'm using the screen as a camera. I have got a mirror in front of me. I'm going to try and remember to use that. Then it just looks like I'm looking up there, so bear with me. I'm getting out of this. So let's try something else. So a really traditional way that people think of wearing a beret is quite a French style. Now, believe it or not, there are still different French ways to wear a beret. So I'm going to go with quite a sort of classic 1940s style. Now, to do that, I'm going to take my quiff out because it needs the beret to be worn further down the head. So just excuse me for a moment. I have got some backcombing in my quiff, so if you hear some horrible crunching noises, I'm not pulling my hair out. It will brush out quite easily. So let's chuck it in a parting. Oh, that wasn't quite as crunchy as I expected. Oh yeah, look, it really stripy, huh? I'm actually kind of not falling in love, but I'm definitely accepting my silver stripes now. I think I've earned them this year. There are worse things to be than a silver vixen, I think. Yeah, so it's totally making me reassess my hair colour for the coming years. So I've got rid of my quiff. I'm going to keep quite a bit of fringe sort of forward because obviously don't really have a fringe, but some of you might, and this might give you a little bit of inspiration as well. So, which way am I going? Because I'm doing this in reverse now. So I'm going to go here. I'm not going to go the other way because that's where my fringe is. If we pretend it's a fringe. So, staying quite far up, I'm just going to tuck that behind my ear, kind of pull it looser down to give the illusion of a fringe-ish. There we are, we'll pretend that's a fringe. And there we go. One quite, traditional sort of, imagine slightly 1940s style, maybe a little bit à la resistance. Although I don't think the pink sequin bow is that undercover. We'll pretend that's not a thing. But if you've got a plain beret, this could look really, really beautiful. To give you an idea of where the rest of the beret is, because I've pulled it down into this lip, it is here. And actually, just by pulling my little stalk, yeah, we'll call it stalk, I'm pulling it round. There we go, it can totally change the shape of it. And actually what I'm thinking is I was right the first time round. I'm going to flip this round because I think the other side might be better. And you can do this too, literally pop the beret on, pull the stalk out, use it to move it around your head. I think, so I have got one ear in it, so that's kind of acting as a little bit of an anchor. Yeah, so, and now I've got a little bit more lip at the front. In fact, actually, I'm just going to take that down. Maybe not. Quite a big ear after all. Let's, I wonder if actually, now you see, oh, that's better, isn't it? It's all about a little bit of balance. So I've got quite a lot going on here, and we're just balancing it out over there. So maybe what I would do is actually have a curvy grip and then flip round. Now that will mean if you're wearing this to specifically stay warm, I might get a bit nippy. So, just consider that. And because my beret has been really quite well worn, it's not a tight fit. So I do feel like if it was a particularly windy day, I might lose this. But let's see what else we can do with it. Yeah, also my hair's massive, like crazy long at the moment. Sorry, we can just have a little appreciation of that. I don't think my hair's been that long since I was a teenager. Again, missing that haircut. So what I'm doing this time is I'm going straight on. But I'm not going to leave it like this because that's kind of not good. I think if you had loads of curls and lots of volume in your hair, maybe, but I'd be inclined to just give it a bit more tweak. So this isn't hugely dissimilar to earlier, but it's just about, so we've got a little bit more angle over the eyebrow. And rather than having that really slid down, just having it a bit more to the side. Some might say that's more French onion salad. Oh God, that's an awful stereotype to use, but you know what I mean when you think about the picture postcards. So this is really just about, oh no, see now that's not good for me. But if you had a fringe, like an actual upper bang fringe, that could work. That's not nice on me. I have a really broad jaw, a lot of face, quite a lot of forehead really, if I think about it. So I do tend to work the angles. And if you've seen the videos that I've done on my Facebook page, it's all about working the angles. Angles are attitude, to quote Mr. Sinatra. I'm gonna, like, obviously I've done all of this with the bow at the front or to the side. One thing to note, that if you do wear the beret quite centrally, it can have a little bit of the Minnie Mouses. Now, that said, I have some beautiful photos on my Instagram that have been sent by a photographer in the US, and she always styles the beret to the middle because it works for her. That's great. For me, not so good. There, it's definitely better than there. Oh, it's annoying. I might just have to put that out of the way. So yeah, you will find the side that works best for you. And you can literally just put the beret on and do what I've done. Just turn it. Yeah, your hair will get mussed up, but you can play with that afterwards. This really is just giving you a few ideas for experimentation, because I'm not going to tell you, oh, you should wear your beret this way. That's just not my place. You should wear your beret in a way that it feels comfortable, that it serves a purpose, whether that's just to look really cute or to look really cute and stay warm. And it should be about how it makes you feel. So if you feel good wearing it, then you're going to look good, because you're just going to ooze confidence and you're going to be like happy. And doesn't everybody just want that? Okay, so I'm going to show you another way, which I don't like this. I don't like it on me. It does nothing for me. As I mentioned, I've got a broad jaw, lots of face. Depending on your face shape and your hairstyle, this could work for you. Sadly, for me, right down, it just, it's the Mario mushroom. Seriously, let's not dwell on this. So how do I improve this? So that is not a good look. So first things first, let's get some hair out, because then that creates a little bit of definition. So all I've done is move it up. It's still quite far down on my ears. That's not bad. But I can then wear it back. So I've actually I've tucked my hair in a low knot. So you can kind of see what I mean about a low slung bun, and literally by flipping that up, down, you can see that there is space for hair. So, if you've got curly hair, which obviously is going to have a totally different amount of volume to my hair, that could be an option. By creating that lip, it will give more space for your hair and not going to squish it too much. Although if we look at this and are honest with ourselves, it's not far off the way that the girls are wearing this beret. It's just not round my ears. The more of your head that is in the beret, the less beret you will have to work with, if that makes sense. So by pulling it right down, a la Mario, you can see that's my head. There's no movement in it. But the less of your head that is in the beret, so go loosely sit, literally, like you can see that's sitting, then there we go, and that's what will give me much more shape. As I said, this way is not a wind friendly way, but it could be just right for you. One thing no, definitely the other side. And this is what you need to do. Just play. Just have a play. Sit in front of a mirror. You could do it in front of your phone even, and then at least maybe take some snaps at the same time. Show them to some friends, see what they think. I'm just going to stick with it now. So, one question that I get asked, and I get asked this a lot with my other hats, is can I wear glasses with my beret? Yes, very simply. Put your specs on. There we go. They're not going to get in your way. The arms are where they're supposed. Oh, my specs are wonky. And where they're supposed to be. It's no problem. So let's take those off. I don't really like being able to see that one. So a little bit about beret care now, because I did tell you that you could stretch your beret. So one thing to note is if it does, because you've worn it loads, get quite baggy and starts to get a little bit too baggy, you can hand wash it. And I mean really, really, really gently hand wash it. I'm just going to tidy up my hair because I've got the epitome of fat hair now. Sorry, that's a bit better. And where was I? Dunk. That's what you need to do. So get your washing detergent in the sink and literally dunk and scrunch, dunk and scrunch, dunk and scrunch, dunk and scrunch, rinse. Don't be tempted to put it in the tumble dryer. I wouldn't even, unless you've got a wool spin cycle on your machine, I wouldn't even spin it. Particularly if you've got perhaps a more delicate bow on it. I have never spun these sequins. I'm not sure how well they would react. So the best way to get all the water out is to wrap it in a towel and then wring it out that way. When you dry it, flip the lip out. Let me pop this down and do it. So you can see you're just going to expand the surface area. It will allow the water to evaporate more quickly. That's drying. Because if it's a double layer of wool, that's going to take a long time. It's really thick. Also, the flatter you can dry it, the better, because again, if you're hanging it over something, there's not a lot of air circulation. It's going to take a while to dry. Beret storage. These are sturdy things. Like I say, I mean, this is 3 years old, and you wouldn't know. And it probably gets worn for 25% of winter because I just circulate my berets and I go through little phases. I might wear one for a week with the same scarf, and my scarf gets washed and I have to swap my beret. So you can lay them flat, you can pile them up. If you hang them on anything, just watch, because as we've said about the stretching, if you regularly hang in the same point, you might get a bit of sag. That's not a good thing. It won't hurt it. You can just wash it. All the fibres will shrink up again, and that will help bring everything back together again. These are great in winter because they are super warm. They're made of wool, so obviously when you're washing them, treat them as you would anything wool. Don't tumble dry, don't hot wash, don't manipulate too much because you will increase the felting process that it's already gone through and you'll get shrinkage. And yeah, no one wants a mini beret. Like the same way if you've got a wool jumper and you don't look after it, you end up with one that's ready for a 3-year-old. Your beret will shrink if you don't look after it. So what else do I need to tell you? Oh, if you're taking it out and about, roll it up, keep your decoration nice and safe, and pop it in your bag, pop it in your pocket. Don't drop it. The reason I say to put the decoration on the inside is just so that it doesn't catch on anything. If it's in your bag, you don't want to accidentally hoik out your purse or hoik out your keys, because something's got caught. Also, rolled up, it doesn't take a lot space. You can wear these in the rain. It won't matter if they get wet, they will dry. Fat rain, sometimes if it's really, really heavy, will hit the wool hard and kind of feel like it's soaking in. But regular rain will generally just sit on the top. Wool has a natural element of waterproofing in it. You know, that's why the sheep stand on the hills in the rain and don't get wet. That process is still happening once the wool's been processed. And I think that's everything. Now, if you'd like to see more of the berets that I've got behind me, or you'd like to see more of maybe not my one, but maybe a brand new fresh one out of the stock box, you can find those on my website. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments. You can find me online. There are links through my channel, but I'll also put some links into the comments of this video. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration. I hope you've enjoyed looking at me make a Mario mushroom of myself. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thank you.